post this out in the future, so you can do this. So not only is this an experiment of people getting to be around each other, which is kind of cool, this will also be, our goal is to forever do live Sunday school. So even when we're back in person, which we're going to announce that officially future date here soon, is we're going to do this all the time. So, Johnny, I don't think we're broadcasting. We're trying to see if this will go out, and this is not working. So, I don't. Well, we have people here, so I guess that's
all that matters.
that's really all that matters. So, so those who may be actually watching are kind of in the know here. So I do it just like we did everything else.
I wonder if it's because you're connected,
Oh.
if it's interfering.
Well, it's because I thought it had died. Let's try that. Joe is over there trying to see if we're all in.
I would restart and start again. if
Okay, I already
you're
did
having
that.
problems.
All right. We do. When we start and restart one more time. Started yet again. This is the start 3 of our live broadcast, and we won't do it again. So we'll just go from there. All right. So Luke chapter 10. Luke chapter 10 is where we're going to be this morning. So. So last Sunday afternoon, I took my dog for a walk. And when I returned, our neighbor was outside and said, "Hey, we're boiling some crawfish. Why don't you come over and have some crawfish?" So, and this is we're friends, good neighbor. But I don't, in general, I just don't like people. So I didn't want to actually go. So about an hour later, just so that I wouldn't get in trouble, I informed Caroline that Eric had invited us over for crawfish. And she goes, "Oh, well, that's nice." So I just left it at that. Went and got my afternoon nap in, or maybe this is after my nap. Maybe I don't know what I was doing. But as the time came forward, my lovely bride reminded me that we needed to go over and have some crawfish. And I was like, no, I don't want to. Which she quickly reminded me of what I have been saying, and what Brother Johnny has been saying about reaching out and being with our neighbors and just being there, just living life with those around you. And in my heart, I wanted to say mean things, for being reminded of my own words. But my mouth may have said, "Yeah, you're right." Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But so we went over there, and boy, they had some good crawfish. So that was neat. And what ended up happening, and Mr. Eric's, he's just a good old fella. What ended up happening is literally people were driving down the street. There was a gentleman on a 4-wheeler, and he's stopping them. And at the time, I didn't know he knew him. And he's like, "Come on and get some crawfish." And so we had some neighbors from down there coming and eating crawfish, and some neighbors over there. Then we had some little girls come and eat some crawfish. And our neighborhood is kind of very ethnically diverse. So we have a lot of different cultures and stuff in our neighborhood, which is kind of cool. I like that. So it ended up being almost, not completely, just a little melting pot of folks around eating crawfish with some younger people listening to 80s music, which is, again, not my favorite, but better than 2021 music, whatever that is, I don't know. So I'm sure I probably wouldn't like it. And being neighborly. So in our backyard, I picked the lot that we picked. We live in one of those neighborhoods where your neighbor, you could like, "Hey, do you have some toothpaste?" And you could kind of hand it out the window, and you can exchange, toothpaste with your neighbor. We built a wood fence along the side, and on the back is a tree line. And so when we got our dog, instead of enclosing that all together. We just put like a wire fence up across and dressed it up the best that I could, because I have no carpenter, I have no James Smith in any way, shape, or form. And so it's open back there. So we had some neighbors 2 houses down move over. They have some cutest little girls. And they started, and they still come over behind the fence, and because they want to meet my dog Belle, and they are always talking to Belle, and they say her name in such an adorable way. So now my natural tendency is to say, "You are on my property. Get away." You know, unless you're invited, I don't want you here. And again, that's just not very neighborly. And you say, "Well, Brother Frank, that's horrible. You're a pastor." And I was like, "You are right. It is horrible. It is horrible." And I guess it's my mom. She's here. She had to have trained me to just not like people that way. So, no, that's not true. Both of my parents engaged people much. My dad in an odd way, but that's a whole other story. So, anyway, so is there an emergency? Is there a nuclear strike or something about to happen?
It sounded like.
No? Okay. So people at home, be calm. It's okay. Nothing is happening. All right? So, Dax, have I officially embarrassed you? No? Okay, we'll work on that. You'll work on that. So who is your neighbor? Now, I talked in context of those who live like right next to you. Okay, that obviously is, a neighbor. Some of you are fortunate, which I would like to do, where you have no neighbor because you live in the middle of acreages where nobody is around you, maybe some cows or something like that. But we all have neighbors, and here's Mike Fielding.
Not working on that picture.
Mike Fielding is going to fix it. Fielding is going to fix it. And there I go. All right, so